Hello everybody, welcome back to my Patreon, or welcome to my Patreon. Today we'll be watching episode 1 and episode 2 of The Only One. And this is a new BL, Taiwanese BL that came out around 2-3 weeks ago. I'm excited to see this. I've actually already seen episode 1 and 4, 1 through 4, but I'll talk about that later. I'm gonna say, like, this is kind of a long story, but a couple weeks ago I was like, what BL series should we react to after Century of Love was over? And I put out a poll for 4 different BLs. One of them was I Hear the Sunspot, Monster Next Door. There's another one I forgot. I think it was a Korean BL. I don't remember. I forgot the other one. And then this one, Only One, and it was before the series aired. It was just the trailer, and everybody kind of voted for like I Hear the Sunspot, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do I Hear the Sunspot. But then a lot of people were asking me to watch Only One. I'm like, I would have to choose either or, and I couldn't really choose. I'm like debating over going back and forth. Like I can do The Only One because I'm very invested in the series. After episode 4, I was like, this is so good. The series is so good. But I also kind of agreed to do I Hear the Sunspot, so I was like, and at the same time, like, I was not very motivated to watch it because I've heard really good things about I Hear the Sunspot. It's a very emotional, very like good written coming of age story, but at the same time I've heard some really negative things about it too. It says like it's like slow burn. I'm not mad about slow burn kind of series, but at the same time there's like other things. I don't remember exactly what they were saying, but like just some negative reviews on it too. So I'm like, ugh. For somebody who like, for me, like I'm already not that motivated to watch I Hear the Sunspot. I'm like, should I start it? And like, what if I hate it? Like, I don't know, because the motivation wasn't there to watch that right now. Maybe I won't watch it by myself. I'll keep it as a backup plan for maybe in the future when there's like nothing I'm interested in. I can bring that show back up and we can react to it here on Patreon. But currently, a lot of people want me to do this series, and I put the poll out 3 days ago for I Hear the Sunspot and The Only One, which is this series, and this series won. I've watched all the episode that has been aired so far, but we're gonna rewatch all of them again because I'm a chronic skipper. I'm sorry, I'm a chronic skipper. So it was sometimes when I watch stuff by myself, I skip a lot of times of the scenes. So like we're gonna sit here and watch through all of it so you get the big fuller picture. And I do have to say this series is gonna be really interesting because one, I think it's really good, and it's coming from a very popular Chinese novel called On1y, which is the same title in Chinese. And there has been a lot of debates to where the director of the series has come on social media. I think on Weibo he posted just like telling people like stop critiquing my work in the sense of like comparing it to the novel because it's an adaptation, not a direct remake of it. And there was a lot of hate. It was like really bad, especially on like Chinese social media that I've seen about this series. And the whole difference is novel readers hate this show because it's not exactly the way they expect it to be, and non-novel readers are enjoying it. International fans, Chinese fans, Taiwanese fans, all fans who have not read the novel is enjoying this so much. And as somebody who has not read a novel, I've enjoyed this a lot, and because I enjoy this a lot, I'm curious about why people are hating it. And the funny part is I found the audiobook for this series and I listened to the first chapter. The similarities is like 80%. Like, I don't get, and maybe in the future episodes, but like in the future episodes, we haven't even seen the future episodes yet. So how are you able to compare and hate on this show for something that we haven't seen yet? So like, I don't know. And like, I don't even want to, at first I didn't want to bring it up, but I didn't have to bring it up. A lot of the comments about this in like on Weibo and on other social media pages is like, the actors are not as handsome as they described it. And I'm like, are we here to watch a drama or are we here to look at an actor? Like, yes, if an actor is like good looking and like you love that actor, good for you. But I'm here to watch the drama right now. I don't know these actors. I don't really give a fuck if they look a certain way or not. I'm here to enjoy the show. And it's just like, why are you attacking this actor's personal features when we're trying to hear the story? So yeah, and also that's another reason why I want to react to this is because I want to show support for my love for this series, even though it's on Patreon, which to the idea like people getting non-real like really bad hate to this for stupid reasons. I will be reacting next month or the month after that, I forgot when it's gonna air, to Love in the Big City because I've seen people hating on the actors for taking on LGBTQ roles, and I don't like that, so I'm reacting to it to show support. that's a little disclaimer out there. So that's like kind of the series that I'll be watching when it airs. But yeah, okay, back to The Only One. I'm excited to like rewatch the first 4 episodes again, which is also why I'll be posting episode 1 and 2 here today, and on Monday, tomorrow, I'll watch episode 3 and 4 just to catch up. So when the episodes 5 and 6 come out, I will be doing that. I'll be reacting to that next week, so we kind of we'll be catching up. So yeah, so without further ado, let's watch episode 1 and 2 of The Only One.
你的呼吸声吵到我。
我的呼吸声吵到你？
那个，今天转来的，徐大嘴让你照顾照顾他的血液。
干什么？
要座位，你坐前面。
凭什么我坐前面？
Fight! I'm just kidding.
你说呢？
He's like, oh, he's taller than me. Shit.
新同学。想走？
江天。
His intrusive thoughts won this time. Like, I'm gonna, I don't know, like, what does he want? Cause like, he doesn't wanna get his turf taken over. But at the same time, why are you calling him to stay?
每个人的一生都会有一个 very moment， 你的记忆会停格在那里，成为一个非常特别的时刻。 变成日后你这辈子最重要的回忆。之后每次想起，
I also wonder, did they cast actors who are a bit older because there's gonna be a time jump? Maybe, I don't know. Like, is this gonna be fully like high school setting? I don't know. I'll find out because I'm ahead in the books, so caught his attention.
小燕，你要去哪里？不等小旺啦。
我学校还有事。
没关系啊，反正我人缘也不好，因为我爸工作的关系，又经常搬家，大家都把我当人。没事。
Popular is not the right. I think he's more like I'm not a good person. I thought they would translate like I'm not a good person. I move a lot, so I don't have anybody to like don't want to be with me.
我再转给你。爱生气。
他就像一棵树。 没有变化的姿势。
那会死吗？
一半在尘土中安详，一半在风里飞扬，一半洒落阴凉，一半沐浴阳光。
So that is my reaction to episode 1 and 2 of The Only One, and obviously I've already seen this mainly, so like it was nice because I caught some things that I did not really catch, especially from Jiang Tian. I think there's like a few scenes in episode 1 and then also in episode 2 where I focused on Sheng Wang more because he's kind of like the center of attention in a lot of the scenes there, but in the background, which I think is a very beautiful cinematography like method, I guess, of just Jiang Tian in the background watching Sheng Wang or like paying attention or smiling at him, which is like, it's touching because it brings back to that Jiang Tian very moment from episode 1. Again, he caught his eyes at the beginning. It was like, I can't say if he's like, if Jiang Tian already knew that was his mom's new husband's child. I don't think so. I think they're both unaware of each other until they met for the first time. So that could be it, and because like obviously they don't really have really good relationship with their parents, so it's more like maybe he didn't know, and which like there were strangers back then. He kind of like caught his attention, which I think that was very cute, and he continued to do that. And the only reason why he's so cold to him, to an extent, I think he's cold because that's his personality, but also like the annoyance look he has is because of the situation they're in. Like it keeps repeating. But yeah, I really like this show. I think it's really fun. It's very I thought this was gonna be more of like the cliche storyline, like I fell in love with my new stepbrother, I fell in love with this new person that came into my life, and more cheesy in a sense. But this is very, very different. It's very poetic. I think, in a sense, I think it's just like telling a story. We're watching a flashback of how they became a couple. Crossing my finger, this is a happy ending. I feel like it's very popular in a sense, like around the world, not around the world, in China, because, and I think in Taiwan too, very popular story, not novel, because it is good, and it probably, I feel like when it's more popular and it has this bad ending, it will be known that it has a bad ending. But like I haven't heard anything, so I don't think it's gonna have a sad ending. But it just seemed like a flashback of their relationship and how they came to be more of that. I don't know. Oh, I do have something else to say. I forgot what I want to say. I forgot what I wanted to say. Oh yeah, the kind of story behind like their family. I think in 3 and 4 we kind of got a more deeper explanation between Sheng Wang and Sheng Wang's dad's kind of relationship. But though 3 and 4 doesn't really have much of Jiang Tian and his mom's. Like they're like, you know, he cares for her, but there's still some kind of like distance in that sense. And I think like the biggest part is these two grew up in a broken household, so there's all that to handle, you know. And at the same time, I think for Sheng Wang, he is very lonely. He is very sad because I think he had a really strong connection with his mom, and his mom passed away. So like seeing somebody kind of replace that like mother figure that's supposed to be, it's like sad for him, and it's hard to accept at the same time. It's like I feel like his dad really loves him. I think his dad loves him a lot, but at the same time, he's a very busy person. It seems like he flies a lot, and he's not always there, and they're always moving. That constant feeling that doesn't feel like home, like he doesn't have a home feeling because he moves a lot. At the same time, his dad is so busy. Though his dad cares for him and provides a lot of things for him, there's still that warmth, that missing feeling that he kind of lost when his mom passed away. And for Jiang Tian, harder to explain because we have not seen enough flashbacks. So I think like in the incoming episode, we're gonna hear more and more of his side of the story, why he is the way he is, and how like these two found each other to kind of bring that warmth back that they've been missing for so long. So yeah, really good episode 1 and 2 so far. I'm excited to rewatch episode 3 and 4 to catch more things tomorrow. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my reaction. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on my social media link down below. See you next time. Bye.
不是啊，从你第一天转来，你们就不和哎。我以为你跟他不熟，不希望他来。
对啊，我是跟他不熟啊，超级不熟。
The way
我今天会晚点回去。
I love this scene so much.
老师找我。
It's because in the Jiang Tian very moments, we know that he's eavesdropping this whole conversation. It's like, oh my gosh.
报备行踪哎。
He's like.
不，他不是跟我报备了，他是跟他家。哎呀，总之跟你解释起来比较复杂。
But he totally didn't have to say any of that.
他
But he chose to because he wants to make sure everybody knows that this man is mine. To them, they might be very different from each other. They don't want to do anything related to each other, but in reality.
超级难受。你竟然连药都不愿意
This
给
is
我。
like, oh, I was like, this is oh, that's so cute. Like he was like complaining to him, it's like you don't even care about me. And that's why he's mad. He's sulking all day. But back to my point, I was like,
这是妈。
to them, they don't want to do anything with each other. Like they don't want to be similar, they don't want to be friends. But in reality, their childhood, their life is very similar. They both kind
先喝
of
解酒的。
come from a broken family, either because one lost their
赶快要
parents
回家
or parents got divorced,
等你什么时候
whatever, and
酒醒
they've been alone.
再来跟我拿。
I just smiled, man. He's like, oh, hey, buddy, with the smile. It's not like, ugh, you anymore. He's initiating all this because I want to get close to you. So he's putting in the effort. He's not just saying things to say things. He's putting in the actual effort, and it's the cutest thing ever.
我这座山。我赢了。
以前没有现在，过去才重要。但是有了现在。
The now is them together. Am I making this way too romantic than it actually is? But like just the way that's so poetic, that's like it's meant to be really like romantic.
后面还有更好的未来在等我们。
Woman. He said woman. 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 Bro in the background was like, fuck you too. Like, I'm still here too. That's my reaction to episode 3 and 4 of The Only One. I'm so excited for the next 2 episodes. The story, it's just so interesting to see the story, and I think like one of the biggest things for me I kind of worry about is like, is this a retelling of their story in the sense of like, it's Sheng Wang obviously narrating moments here and there of this of their kind of like his life journey of him falling in love with this somebody, like his love of his life. So I'm like worried about is like, is there gonna be a sad ending? I think he's saying that last episode reaction to. I'm like, oh, we're gonna get a sad ending. I really hope not, because like, it's very beautiful. I hope like this is a happy ending series, which I'm kind of like, it's like we're too early to worry about this, but like actually technically we're like what, almost halfway there after this weekend. So, but like even that, like it kind of feels like we're retelling, we're like looking back at his life kind of situation, because like in this situation usually when you like film a fight sequence, you'll have more intense music to kind of like put put the viewer into that mindset of like, oh, we're in a fight. But this one is more like he kind of expressing these moments like, this was a part of my life, an experience that I had. I was ambushed by these people because I was doing the right thing in many ways. Like, this is part of my connection. This is what I need to fight for, because part of this fight caused, like, the cascade of events caused me to kind of got closer to Jiang Tian kind of situation here. Like, that's my interpretation of that music choice here. It could be just because they wanted to put in the song, the OST. I'm not sure if that's the OST or not, but like just to match into the ending credits of this series. But we'll find out next week. Not next week, in a few days. But yeah, I do have to say this because I feel like a lot of people, I don't know, for me, I have very, very strong emotion on the education system in Asia, especially Taiwan and China, because I think it's too abusive. And it's a big part of a reason why I chose to become a psychologist, a therapist, is because for me, there is sadly not a lot of representation as an Asian American in the psychology world. I think it's a very white subject. I took a history of psychology class, and it's very sad on how psychology came about and all the things that we do, and all of like medication, a lot of treatment, a lot of diagnosis are all very white centric, and a big part is also the culture of education and getting good grades and getting a good job from Asia, from China, and a lot of Asia countries is very, very, very toxic. So combining that, it's motivated me to want to represent Asian Americans, Chinese, Taiwanese Americans in psychology, but at the same time also show examples and be able to help those coming from a background which is slightly different, I guess, from classic Asian American kind of, not Asian American, like Asian educational system. And for me, one thing I just really disagree with is how they value your grades in all the subject matters more than other things. Because for me, I was in the IB system. It was very, very, very tough, very intense, and IB system is international, so there's things that are like kind of drawn from all sides of education, I guess. So it's like you focus on grades, and you study really hard. You get like textbooks like this thick. You get to practice all of these. You know, every day you come home and you practice exams, read textbook, practice exam, go to like tutoring and all of the things, stay after school and stuff like that. But another big part of IB is the kind of activity, social. Is it called the caste system? The creativity, activity, and service, and all. I think that is the most important part of IB, of why I am who I am today, I guess. And it's, I think, because it's not only about your grades, your school, and all the subjects. It's also how you give back to the community, how you're creative, and how you do other activities. Like for me, I did theater for 3 years, and that's part of my kind of my creativity side. I did piano, and I did like other service. I volunteered. I had internships at like at a science museum and all these different things. And I like volunteered at hospitals and stuff like that, and that created who I am today. That's a big part of how I am able to kind of have a wider range of viewpoints. So for like people in Asia and all this stuff like that, like you watched that, I think it's a very good example of how toxic the education system is in this series. Is they are like, you know, the teacher's like, guys, focus more. Don't go out there and hang out with your friends. Don't go have a life. Focus on your grades. Focus on your school. And I'm like, it bothers me so much. And yes, because it builds around the idea like, if you don't get good grades, you won't get into a good college, you won't get a good life. But at the same time, it's, you know, that's how kind of the society has built around all these students, about these families. And you can tell, like, these kids, these teenagers who are going through puberty are like Sheng Wang, or Sheng Wang is kind of like a separate situation because he has to kind of catch up. But like this boy is going to bed at 3:00 in the morning and waking up 6-7 o'clock in the morning. I think he was like 6 something when he showed up. I mean, he walked going to school and class starts at 8. Like, and they have like morning study time too to get there before that as well. So like they're getting here at 7. So like this boy barely has any, like, as a teenager, as a young adult, you're supposed to have at least 8 or 9 hours of sleep, and he's not getting that. Like, that's gonna affect you very, very strong. And that's a special case for someone. So like, oh, because he has to catch up. But for Jiang Tian, you can tell like he goes to bed around 2 o'clock too, and he is already the best top student. Yes, he puts in effort. That's why he goes to bed too. That's why he's a top student. But at the same time, you go to bed at 2 and you're waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to school. Like, that's 4 or 5 hours max. 5 hours max of sleep, maybe on a good day. Like, that's for me, and like, oh, like, this is the thing that bothers me every time I watch a Chinese drama. When your kids are like, yeah, we're getting ready, like, count down to this exam, yeah, we're gonna stay out for school and stuff like that. And the thing is, these kids, it's not like American system. It's worse. You go to school at like 7, and you get out at 3. It's, you go to school at 6, 7, get out at 3, yes, but then you have after school study class, tutoring. I'd go home max 8 o'clock maybe, and then you have homework later on too, like, and you wonder why these kids are struggling. And a big part is you're focusing so much on just the subjects. These kids don't know how to socialize. So when you go to college, when you go into the real world, and they struggle even more because they've never been in the setting of community work, of working with others, working with different people, because you're stuck in this setting of people exactly like you. So like, once again, me, on a personal level, I think these 2 episodes kind of like triggered every time I watch it. Triggered me because like that's something that I've been constantly not like fighting against, because I don't really have much say because I live in America and that's happening across the waters. But it's like something I just keep in mind. I'm like, I'm privileged to be able to have such a wide range of viewpoints and experiences because I was allowed to have those. And bringing it back to why I chose psychology and stuff is because I think a lot of immigrant parents, thankfully my parents were very open to like what I do as for my free time. Force them, like a lot of immigrant parents force them because they came from that mindset coming into the US. They raise their kids the same ways they were raised. They force the kids to do tutoring, Khan Academy, Kumon, all these kind of stuff after school. So you get after school and you do all of this stuff till 8 o'clock, and then you do your school homework, and then you go to bed, you wake up bright and early to do even more study, and then go to school, repeat, stuff like that, and like, that affects your child mentally, physically, and so many ways. So yeah, just like, oh, triggering, but yeah. Yeah, that's my little rant here, because like, this 2 episodes just like showed me like, gosh, I'm so thankful that I didn't have to live through that. Yeah, that is my reaction. Back to kind of the more romance of this story. It's like, this episode 4 was like the reason why people have been asking me to react to this after like the past week or so, and like, honestly, I was like, I've already started it, and I was like, do I really want to? Did I watch episode 4? I'm like, yes, I need to react to this because I need some people to gush over this series with. I need a lot of people to talk to me in this comment section, DM me, whatever you want to do. This show is so worth for me to talk about, because it's so fun, it's so cute, and I need people to be like, I need some common fans, okay? So that's like, episode 4 was really my like hook point. Like I was like hooked a little bit. I'm like, it's a good show I'm watching on my own downtime. But episode 4 is like, I need to react to this, and I like, you guys told me to react to this. I'm like, thank you so much. So we're doing this, and I'm like, so good. Jiang Tian's reactions, like the way he was sulking. Oh no, sorry, Sheng Wang sulking and stuff like that. It was like so cute because like they didn't want to get close to each other. You can tell that Sheng Wang like he wants to get close to him, but at the same time, it's his mind like, no, he is the son of my stepmother that I'm not happy that's around me. And then Jiang Tian on the other hand is like, you know, we saw the Jiang Tian very moment in episode 1, he like saw him like trip and kind of already got like some kind of connection and attractions to him already. And then I see this episode like he can't say no to him, he wants to get closer to him and stuff like that. Like it's so cute. And I just know things are gonna get cuter from now on. There's gonna be hiccups here and there, but it's gonna be so exciting. So that's my reaction. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on my social media link down below. See you next time. Bye.